Hello, my fellow investigators. Welcome to Watch Us Lose, where we are playing every great old one in Eldritch Horrors. Darn it!
Yep.
This week we are playing
Take two.
Nephren-Ka.
The Dark Pharoah. I'm Rob.
I'm Eric.
I'm Len.
And I'm Laura.
And thank you all
We're
for
four idiots.
joining us. You know, I have this fantasy. This fantasy is that one day we're going to record an entire game of this and it's going to go, like the production side of it is going to go smoothly. This is our 13th game and there are 15 great old ones. So, we're running out of time.
Wow.
Do you know the definition of insanity, Rob? I'm just wondering.
No, but each time I'm doing it differently. We are making some progress.
That's true.
We're making, like, for instance, I am recording this one.
There we go.
And
I guess it's not the definition of insanity, it's the definition of incompetence then.
Right. But so this one we are going up against Nephren-Ka, which is a little exciting because we get to finally play with the Egypt sideboard. And so we're going to be digging in. He's going to be pulling us towards the bent pyramid.
Yes.
And our mystery tonight is worshippers of a forsaken pharaoh. The Church of Starry Wisdom was founded upon the premise of unlocking the mysteries of the shining trapezohedron. Now they aim to bring about the return of Nephren-Ka, the Dark Pharoah. So, after an investigator resolves a location on the Egypt sideboard, he may spend one clue to track down the followers of the Dark Pharoah. If he spends the clue, a cultist monster ambushes him. If he defeats it, place one Eldritch token on this card. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to the number of investigators, solve this mystery.
Wow. That is hard.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat. So we need to find clues, and our two clues that we started the game with are down here in Alexandria and the Nile River, which I guess is convenient because they're already on the Egypt sideboard. And then we need to get those clues, and then we need to beat up a cultist. And a cultist is different in this one. If we take a look at the Nephren-Ka board.
Oh, I have a chance of beating them.
Yeah, so they have a horror check of 1, which is a little rare for a cultist. And then they're, instead of a fight check, it's a lore -1 check. But they only have 1 toughness, only do 1 damage. They have the reckoning effect that an investigator on this space or an adjacent space loses 1 health or 1 sanity, which, if we're dealing with ambushes, shouldn't matter a whole lot.
Yeah, Agatha, this is your game. This is her time to shine.
So the only other things to quickly go over, on the sideboard, you can see that there are these little spaces that say to space 10 to the heart of Africa to space 17. So this is how we get to and from the sideboard. These are dotted green local paths, some of them. So as once per round during the action phase, an investigator may move along any number of interconnected local paths without performing an action. So if, for instance, Zoe was, say, she came down here to space 10, she could then, as a free action or without spending an action, just come right on here to the Sahara Desert. Or you could move from Alexandria to the pyramids on the main board to Tel Amari or Cairo or the Bent Pyramid. And then these routes are sea routes as normal. All right.
And Rob, we have to talk about preludes and the changes in how we are doing preludes.
Yes. So what is the prelude?
Okay, the prelude is Get out of the way, Skype window. Okay, the prelude. Focus training. You wonder what it will all come to in the end, even as you wipe the sweat from your brow, whether you will be able to rise above the challenge that lies before you. The nature of the task is at hand. After all, not one you would associate with a long life expectancy. Purging the negative thoughts from your subconscious, you return with renewed vigor to training. You can do it, you tell yourself. You were meant to fulfill this role. You are the lighthouse in the darkness. Wow, that is way too poetic for us. Lighthouse pointing in random directions, maybe. During this game, if an asset would be placed on the space in the reserve, the active investigator may place one random talent condition from the deck on that space instead. As part of acquired assets, a investigator may spend one success and one focus to gain a talent condition from the reserve. There is no limit to the number of talent conditions an investigator can gain during an acquire asset action. So we can put talents in the reserve instead of stuff. And that's sort of, I don't know if that's good or not. Some talents are awesome, and sometimes they're just kind of meh.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. It's not that expensive. Just a focus, which you can get easily.
Yep. A success and one focus.
Yep.
So let's bring this down here. And then the other thing, as you said, to quickly mention, as we've been doing this campaign, we've been playing with the personal stories from the last of the expansions, I believe. And we've been playing that once we completed a personal story, for good or ill, we would keep the benefit or the penalty for as long as that character remained. We decided to make things a little tougher on ourselves because we're just getting too damn good for this game. And so now we won't be carrying those over. And so we'll have to balance between pursuing those and being distracted from the mysteries that we're trying to do to win the game, or suffer the consequences if we don't fulfill them in time. All right. What do you think? Are we ready to start playing?
Let's do it.
I have the ability to generate clues, and we need clues, so I can be lead investigator if you guys want, unless someone else has a great idea.
We would love for you to be the lead investigator. So why don't you go ahead and take that somewhere?
Okay. And I think I'm gonna start because I don't have my my buy the book reward. I don't get to do two, but I can at least make one clue, so that's good.
Oops.
So let's give that a spawn so we can think about where we want to go, maybe.
Speaking of clues, though, if there are too many clues, my prelude now goes bad.
Oh.
What's the number you need?
10 clues. If there are 10 clues on the board, I am doomed.
All right.
So I don't think that'll be a problem. We need to be hunting them.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, but in games past, we have gotten a lot of clues on the board, but yeah.
Well, I just reshuffled the bag in case they weren't actually randomized, because it does seem interesting that the first 3 clues came out in the Egypt sideboard.
Yeah,
Yes.
all in Egypt.
Better to be lucky than good.
All right, so that was Roland's once per round.
Yep, and now I still have my actions left. Are there any service assets in the reserve that we might want to set aside? No.
Nope, there are none in the reserve.
What? Wait. Oh, it's bank loan, but it costs 0. So I don't. Oh, I see. Never mind. That's not an asset. It's a okay. It's under the umbrella there. All right. So I guess we should all try to get to Africa. Although there is an expedition encounter here, which sometimes gives a clue.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Or other fun things.
or other fun things. Eric, were you planning to stay here and do the expedition, or were you thinking of going somewhere else?
I was actually thinking of trying the expedition, unless you wanted to try it.
No, that's fine. So I guess what I want to do is get myself a boat. Well, I guess a train ticket wouldn't help, would it?
Either
Where are you
boat
trying to
or
get to?
train.
Well, I'm trying to go to Africa to get some
Yes,
clues.
so you're going to have to go across 2 train routes and 2 boat tickets, and you can get either a boat or a train.
Okay.
You've already
Actually,
used
You
one.
can get
action.
to Africa from here, though, too.
Oh no,
So it'd really be...
Yeah. So you could take a train ticket and move to Arkham. Ticket and sail to Space 10.
Are you planning on going to Space 10, Rob, and taking care of
Yes.
that warlock? Okay, good.
yeah, no, you want a boat ticket. The fastest way is by boat. Going down to Panama, going through the Panama Canal, and then going to
Look at
Africa.
this guy. He's reading off the actual locations. That's impressive.
All right, so I'm getting a boat ticket, which is my first action, right?
Mhm.
Right. Yeah, I forgot your clue generation was free.
Okay. And then that is me. Okay, I'm traveling on my own power to the Panama Canal, and then with my boat ticket up here to
All right.
Space 8. Is that right?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Does that space look familiar to you?
It looks
Oh,
exceedingly
no.
familiar to me.
Oh, no.
All right.
There's no clue on it this time, so.
That's
you
true.
know. And then that concludes my turn.
All right. So that brings it to me. I'm playing Zoe here in Rome. So the first thing I'm going to do with her is to try to acquire assets. My influence is only 2. Got no bonuses. I'm having a little problem controlling my stuff today, so I apologize for those watching as I swing around wildly. So that was no successes. I have no rerolls. So now I have a choice to make.
Bank loan and get the forbidden secrets.
Yeah, the problem is that I already have the will buff for that.
Oh, you already do.
Although it would give me a lot of clues. The hired muscle would also be helpful. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna have a little time on me, so I'm going to go into debt and take the hired muscle.
Okay.
Now we have the next question to ask. Do we want to put a talent condition out? Any thoughts?
Why not?
Alpha Gamer in me says I don't want to.
Yeah.
We don't have any focuses yet, so maybe wait till next time somebody goes
Right,
shopping.
like we're buffing up at this point,
Yep.
so to put something there, I think will just make us be distracted into getting that as opposed to doing what we need to do.
Oh.
There you go.
Enchanted Blade, not bad.
All right, and my second action is gonna be to go to Rome, and then from Rome, I can take a free movement to the desert. So that's mine.
Okay. So I was gonna hang out here, and do you really want the Enchanted Blade, or if I try to get it, will that upset you?
It won't upset me. I'll take it
Okay.
personally, but it won't upset me.
All right, you'll take it personally. That's fine. So I'm going to acquire a resource, and then I'm going to try to acquire assets and see how good or bad I do here. And then we'll both be killed by the mob.
Mob doesn't tend to kill us.
Okay. So that's 2. That sucks. Because I was gonna get a Okay, I could get the arcane manuscript for spell effects, which doesn't help me at all, and the enchanted blade, or I could just get the forbidden secrets. Well, you said you're not going to use it, so I will get
Wait.
forbidden.
I didn't
Oh,
say
okay.
I wasn't going to use it.
But
I just
wait,
said that
what?
it wasn't my
No,
priority.
nothing. You were saying things. I didn't realize you weren't going into debt.
I'm not going into debt right now. I'll restock it. Urban Guide.
Oh, that is delicious.
That's not bad.
And when resolving tests, oh my god.
What about your resource?
Oh, I spent it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Wow.
So that was Eric's 2. Len?
All right.
I hear the sounds of Len being distracted.
Well, I'm distracted by what's in the market. My god. But I'm gonna be smart and not do a Len thing. I'm gonna move to Shanghai, figuring that an improved lore will be helpful. And then I'm gonna attempt to acquire assets. I need lots of successes because I want to go into debt and get lots of cool things. One lousy success.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts as lots.
Well, I mean, yeah, I gotta take the Arcanist. I would have loved the Urban Guide, but
I agree. But a spell and a reroll.
yeah, that'll work. All right, so 2 spells. Oops, where did it go? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Oh lord, what is happening? Hang on, I gotta put that deck down.
Okay.
142 spells.
There we go. Oh, and look what I got. Oh, baby. Baby, we will take the blessing of... Is it Isis?
It is the blessing of Isis.
Oh, it's wrong. But, yeah, I'll be taking that puppy to give investigators in my space that don't have a blessed condition and give them a blessed condition. That is delightful!
There you go.
We like very much to be blessed.
Yes.
All right, Laura.
It's
What-
time for our encounter phase.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right, because you were the lead investigator, so we are now in the encounter phase. So you are drifting around
Generic
at sea. Ah! I'm having a real trouble shaking. Flip. There we go. All right. A team of divers has recovered an item from the ocean's floor but cannot identify it. Test your lore -1.
Well, that's no good.
That's
Woo!
good enough. If you pass, you recognize the ancient treasure. Gain 1 artifact.
Nice.
That's a decent start to a game.
By the way, we forgot to restock, and we got the protective amulet, which gives +1 to will.
All right, so
Can someone help me find an artifact?
yep,
I got it.
Oh boy, what did I get? It's like Christmas morning.
Good. It looks good.
Elixir of Life. Test will. If you pass, you may spend 1 sanity to recover all health and discard all illness, injury, and madness conditions.
This is awesome. Oh, wow. That is really good.
We should just stop playing this game right now. We just won.
Yeah, no, I always say we should stop right before the Mythos phase.
Just
That
fun.
is... We're doing awesome now. And I mean, obviously nothing else will happen, so this game's a
Yeah.
foregone conclusion. Time
Yeah.
to go.
All
Okay,
right.
Rob, what are you doing?
Since this isn't a foregone conclusion, I'm going up against... Whoa! Did someone grab her for me, or...
No. That's a die.
No, that wasn't a die. That was her.
Oh, that was her. Okay.
All right, so try not to fall over in the desert. All right, so let's take a look here. The Warlock. So we're going to start with a horror check of 1. So my will is a 4 plus 2 for the Holy Cross. I need 1 success. And there it is. Now, my super special thing, if you've not lost sanity during combat encounter, roll 2 additional dice when resolving the strength test.
Oh, right.
So, this requires a strength -1 test, so I start at 3. I get +1 for the hired muscle, and +2 for my special ability. And I just need 1 success.
Rob, if you blow this,
Oh,
you deserve to be
Glenn!
cursed.
She so close to ruining it for me.
Say that in the middle of heroin. God, what is wrong with you?
I had to squeeze it in there just so you couldn't even take the roll back.
All right. I'm assuming you're having an otherworld encounter?
The part of me thinks that's a horrible idea, but yes.
Oh,
Okay.
I just realized. I'm sorry. I forgot to take a debt.
Oh, well, you should do that.
All right. You find a garden perfectly sculptured of perfectly sculptured marble statues. At the garden center, you find a cloudy pool. You may spend 1 focus to closely examine the pool. If you spend the focus, resolve the pass effect. If you don't spend the focus, resolve the fail effect.
Hey, guess what I do not have?
That's...
Just like in real life, no focus.
You awaken to discover you have been standing in the garden as a statue for untold years. Lose 1 sanity.
Oof.
Okay.
Wait.
What?
How about you don't lose that sanity?
Oh, what
I'd
if?
love to instill bravery in you, my friend.
Okay.
So I will be rolling an additional die. I'll be rolling 5 dice to test sanity to prevent you from losing that. Because that's what friends do.
You can telepathically.
Oh,
know
look at
that
that
you
roll.
lose
Where was
sanity.
that when I was acquiring
Jeez.
assets? 5. Oh my god. This is like, it's like Yahtzee. Oh, that makes me lose a health though. So get ready. I'm never going to be using that again. So you don't lose the sanity, I lose a health, and my passive is when I pass a spell, a war test during a spell, I gain a...
All right. So coming back over here. So
Okay.
we dealt with the sanity. What's next?
You're not gonna like this part.
No.
A marble rabbit comes to life before you, and you chase it when it starts to hop away. Observation -1.
All right. So that's 1 die. Nope.
Nope. All right. Well, then that's that.
All right. So the white rabbit didn't lead me home. I don't close the gate.
You get to stay a marble statue in the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For years and years.
All right. Give me an expedition encounter to fail, Len.
Alrighty. Due to city ordinance, the Odd Fellows Cemetery is obliged to move its bodies to a new location. Try to warn the authorities about cults that would take advantage of the situation to steal corpses. Test influence.
I've heard of them.
I bet you have, yes.
Okay.
We actually do have a lot of cemeteries, but I've never been aware that we were asked to move one.
That happens more often than you think. I pass.
You receive training to watch for occult activity. Improve observation.
Nice.
Okay. So I improve observation, and because of my special
that's
ability,
awesome.
when I improve 1 skill, I can improve another. I'm going to improve lore because of the current mystery.
I know you have just said that,
Okay.
but
What about
we are allowed to read the rest of the card before we make decisions.
True. Okay. Yeah. I think I will improve strength. Thank
Rob,
you.
stop being such an alpha gamer. Really, it's
I know.
It's
I
exhausting.
am appalling.
It is exhausting to hear people alpha game like that.
Just-
When the cult arrives to steal the cadavers, you attack their leader. Test strength.
All right. Well, my strength is now a 3. Let's hope this goes okay. Pass.
Yes.
Nice.
If you pass, you catch him. Advance the active mystery by 1. We will take
Nice.
that.
Nice. Put an
We
Eldritch
will
token
take
on
that.
here. Oh, nope, I didn't. The Eldritch token didn't quite. What the?
Oh,
Hey!
oh my.
You okay
I'm
there?
having.
Alright, there's the Eldritch token.
I am having Rob issues here. Wow. There we go. That went well. All right.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't botch it. I'm feeling singularly proud of myself right now. That was.
We knew you could do it.
I mean,
Oh.
improving 2 skills and advancing the mystery. That's pretty strong.
Well,
Well-
we currently doesn't include me, but sure.
All right, so Len,
Let's do Shanghai.
hold up your end of this.
I just rolled those 5 successes. That may be the only 5 successes I had tonight.
Great. A monk tells you of Hundun, the primordial chaos. Improve your lore.
Nice. Okay.
Mhm.
As he speaks, Ashan tries to possess you. Test will -1.
Oh, you know, I only have 1 die.
I can never predict which way you're throwing these.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that causes. That was such a weird roll. It, like slid across the table. It didn't even roll. Bastard. I fail.
Okay. If you fail, you forget what happened, gain an amnesia condition.
Awesome.
But I could probably help you with that. And you could bless me if we could get together sometime.
Oh, bless you, my child. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
not a bad plan.
Get together, Roland. What's up, Roland?
All
Nice
right.
hat you got there.
All right, we need to put these back to where we normally put them because I get confused. Hey, we all had an encounter, right?
Yeah,
Dude.
That means we have a Mythos phase.
we sure do.
All right.
Okay, so we moved the Omen tracker.
Yep. So we go to a blue. Do we have a blue gate? No, we have a red gate, so we don't lose any doom.
Okay, we have a reckoning.
Reckonings. So we start with creatures. Luckily, we defeated the one creature that had that. There are no Mythos cards in play, so we're going to go to the Great Old One. Each investigator may move 1 space towards the bent pyramid. Then each investigator that did not move loses 1 sanity. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I can move back to the Sahara next turn easily enough.
Or you can just
Well-
do something in pyramid, but that might cost you a sanity. I mean, this is what we want to do. We want to get to this
Yeah,
board
exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
to do things. So this is
So this
kind
sends
of
me to
a-
space 17, right?
Yeah.
10.
Or 10, yeah, sorry.
10. Yeah, I'm going to 17.
I'm going to 7.
All right, so nobody takes a sanity loss from that. Then we go to conditions and possessions. So it looks like, Roland, you don't have anything. I have got a debt. So, some men have come to collect your debt. Flip this card. Beyond riches, the man wears a hat and a brown trench coat. We do not want money, he hisses and grabs your throat. You feel as if part of your identity is being stolen from you. Test will. My will is a 4. I don't have a bonus to it. My cross only helps in combat. There we go. 1 success. If you fail, lose 3 sanity. Then discard this card. All right. That was easy.
Alright. Yeah.
I got nothing.
You got
Here's
nothing.
where things go bad for me. Let's do my debt. Oh, your creditors seem most forgiving when you tell them you can't pay your dues. They beg you not to worry, as their kind expressions change. But their kind expressions change as you eat the meal they've offered you. Gain a poisoned condition, then discard this card. Dr. Roland. Page
Yeah,
Dr.
no,
Roland.
you really need that Roland.
Oh my. Dr. Roland.
Here, we'll just go
Okay,
ahead
now
and
let's
trade
deal with my
that.
amnesia. Oh. Rolling 2 dice. I will. Oh Lord, double
Ooh.
one. See, I told you guys. Here we go. How you had forgotten the horrors that followed you from your dreams into the waking world. Now you recall you're always being watched, always in danger. Lose a sanity and gain a pursuit condition. Discard this card. That's not bad. I'll take that.
This is the Eldritch Horror I remember, where it just cycles through cards. Once you get a condition, you're never free. It just keeps on giving you new and annoying conditions.
Oh, and this is wanted. I can't acquire assets. That's the worst.
You just have to move. All right. Laura, it looks like you're good.
Yep, I was the first to check. So, all right. So then,
I keep forgetting.
the next thing is that a gate surge. What is that?
Yes, a
Spawn?
gate comes out. So go ahead and spawn a gate.
Okay.
See whose head it takes off.
Oh,
The Nile River.
Wonder if those are shuffled.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that another shuffle as well. I really thought it was supposed to do it as part of setup, but it doesn't feel like it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ever since you arrived here, you felt the call of that other world. An entire land of wonders awaits you just past that threshold, and you find yourself unable to resist the temptation any longer. Wanderlust event. Each investigator on a space containing a gate tests will -2.
Hey,
So,
I got moved off of the gate.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
all right.
That worked out.
Yeah,
So it
Okay.
doesn't matter what happens if he fails. So that's okay.
right.
Okay.
All right. Well, that wasn't that bad.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Who wants to be the next lead investigator?
So, yeah, Len is trying to get now the blue paths. The blue paths you are free. Is that correct?
I don't see any blue.
The
Are
blue
green.
paths.
Yeah, the green. Yeah.
Yeah.
The local paths.
The green paths are local paths. You can move as long as many of them continuously as you want, but once you're done with that, you're done.
Okay, so Len and Laura could meet up in Alexandria with you, right?
Sure.
Am I correct?
Yeah, I want to bless myself though. I'd be happy getting there next turn with Laura if we do,
Okay.
because then that way I
I
can bless
mean-
myself, and then on the next round.
Right,
I
but
can
you could
bless
move
you.
there and bless yourself in Alexandria, couldn't you?
Yeah.
No,
This is
because
one
I
app-
have to move twice.
Nope.
No.
Oh. Yeah, no.
Move to Space 17, and then from Space 17 to Cairo, and then after that, everything to Alexandria is free.
I see.
And
So,
Laura,
right, so you are on 17. So a move would get you to Cairo. You'd be free to move to Alexandria, the Bent Pyramid, or Tel El Amarna.
yeah, and then Laura is free to the Sahara Desert, and then it's one move there, and then she would have an action to remove something from you, if she was feeling so inclined. You have to be nice to Laura from now on.
All right, so I'm going to take the lead investigator.
Okay.
I am. All right, so I haven't lost anything yet. So I am going to use my special action to gain 1 task unique asset, because I need these to get through my personal story. I need to solve 3 of those.
I'm gonna get them for you.
Sure. And because it won't change the fact that I, for my second action, am going to move back to the Sahara Desert. All right. Hey, that might even be
that works
convenient.
out.
So this requires me to close gates, which is what I'm trying to do.
Okay. So, the arcane manuscript is not particularly useful, correct?
I sort of disagree.
Okay.
For me, because I don't have that buff, and it's cheap. But I mean, what do you think? You want to get rid of it?
Well, I just have the ability to take things to put an ally service or weapon asset into play. So if there was something that we particularly didn't want in the reserve, I could pull something out. I could even put a service asset in there for Laura if she felt like it. Oh, but she's going to be busy this round. Never mind.
Yeah, that's.
So nothing to really get rid of right yet. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Listen. I'm not married to that art. If you want to do it, don't hang on to arcane manuscripts for me. You're right. It's not that great.
I mean, I can, and
I think either that or the protective amulet. It's nice, it's cheap, but we're all going to get something like that eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, you already have.
No, I have it roll an additional die.
Roll an additional.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only reason I'm saying, but it's really not that big of a deal.
Other thing is I can move, or I can just buff up.
But this is the time to buff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what I'm gonna do? I really hate not being able to get a focus, but I'm gonna get a resource again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to shop.
Yeah.
As before. And my influence is 3. I can either get if I get 1, I can get, if I can get 2, I get the enchanted blade. I can also buy the arcane manuscript.
Roll the dice, see what happens.
Yeah. All right, we'll see. So let's see what happens. A whole lot of nothing. All right.
I know a way you can get rid of the amulet manuscripts.
Yeah. I mean, I can. So the protective amulet really doesn't do me any good. I could, and I can't get the urban guide. I can get the enchanted blade if I take a debt, which is what I am going to do.
Good man.
I take the enchanted blade, draw a debt. This has been poison for everyone else, but we'll see. Whoa, what the heck was that?
That was 2 people pushing the button at once.
Okay. Intelligence report. A service asset. When you gain this card, immediately gain 2 clues and then discard this card.
Well, there you go.
Laura, who can set aside service assets. Except that takes an action, so
right.
I don't know if you... Well, we had a plan for you to meet Len, but you and Len can talk about it.
So that's
but
your
I'm
2
done.
turns. Len.
All right, so I am going to warp over to space 17. Move, and I'm going to take the free action to here, though, because I think having clues...
There's no clue there.
But the area is gain clues.
Okay, but there is an active clue up here in the bent pyramid.
I know, but imagine getting other clues and still having those there to do things.
Okay, all right.
All
and
right.
keep in mind, my story, I need 5 clues to spend, so, that's a side benefit, maybe. So that was action 1. Action 2, I am going to perform the Blessing of Isis. I will be spending, so it's test lore -1.
Before you do that, you should roll for wanted.
Thank you. I need a, 4, 5, or 6?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot, Rob. All right, hang on. I'm going to actually do one of these. It's a 4.
That's a 4.
There you go.
Good. Out of here. I escaped the fuzz, and now I am going to roll for my blessing. So it's lore -1. I'm at a 5, but I can roll an additional die, so it's going to be a 5. 5 dice. Come on, baby. One time. Oh my god.
Oof.
Whew. Flip that. The chosen investigator loses his sanity, gladly. Ooh, but that lets me recover. Okay, and I will choose myself, obviously, to get a blessing. Because the Lord knows I need it. Since it is a blessing, there we go. Okay.
Or the Lady
I'm done.
Isis. All right, Laura.
Oh, wait, I get a clue from that.
Yes.
You do.
That's my passive.
Nice. All right. I am on space 10, which technically appears.
Oh, stop. Wait,
That
stop.
wasn't
Stop. Sorry.
That's
We're
me.
going to say that when I did the blessing, that I actually was doing my action on my board, which gives me 2 extra dice during that action.
Okay.
Okay, so roll your 2 extra dice.
Because the blessing is a ritual spell. and
Right.
So you get 2 extra dice when casting a ritual or using a tome action.
Okay,
And
nothing to see here.
Nothing changed.
It would have let me recover health and sanity, so that's, yeah.
There you go.
All right. So I'm on space 10. It's free to the Sahara Desert.
Yep.
But
Currently,
then
you have spent no actions.
correct. But I'm going to spend 1 action going to Alexandria.
Yep.
Because I like clues.
Yep.
So that's 1 action. As my passive, I'll set aside that service asset.
All right. So technically, that's not your passive. That is your special action.
Oh,
your
that is my
character
special
action.
action. So that is the only thing I can do. So let me, I guess that makes the most sense for me to do.
Okay.
Or should I get a focus?
No, I would. So, the current mystery.
Yeah.
If you have a space encounter on the Egypt sideboard, you may spend 1 clue to track down the followers of the pharaoh.
Yeah.
If you spend this clue, a cultist monster ambushes you, and if you defeat it, you can advance the mystery. So you can use active action to give you 2 clues. You would set that aside and then immediately give it to yourself. You have 2 clues, and then instead of going for the clue, you could just have an encounter and try to take out that cultist.
Actually, a research encounter there would count as well.
Okay, so you could do the research encounter. So you could.
Oh, no, you are right. You are right.
Yeah.
It is specifically a location encounter. My
Yes,
mistake.
so come to tell El Amarina,
As soon as you
Dr.
can.
Roland.
They can right now, but
No, because they already used the local path.
oh, okay.
All right, so
Wait, what?
only once per round during the action phase, an investigator may move along any number of interconnected local paths.
Oh, because she went from Space 10 to Sahara.
No, from Sahara to Alexandria, which is an uncharted path.
Right, then she could come to me, right? I thought that's what
She
you
used Space 10 to
Space
the
10
desert was the local, and then she took a move action to get to Alexandria.
Okay, well, all right. I forgot that. I went down low thinking she'd be able to get to me down there.
No.
But it's fine.
Okay.
All right, so
and
Laura,
Bill,
go ahead and
before we go, I just want to say something I've seen in the chat. Bill has mentioned that the space Len is on is a trap. I don't know why Bill has mentioned this, but I want that to be out there before we have our action phase. This is Bill's prediction for us, so we will see.
Oh, I just crapped my pants. What do you mean it's a trap?
No idea. He gave no other details, so.
All right.
I mean, could I move to Alexandria?
no.
Since the hard plan
Let's
was
see
for
what
us to get
happens.
together.
Laura, finish your turn. Go ahead.
I appreciate the value of the intelligence report, and I'm happy to give it to someone else. To get my story, my personal story, I need to do research encounters. I also want to advance the active mystery, but I'm torn.
Give it to Len.
Yeah, give it to me. I need the
Okay.
clues.
He needs the clues. And
Yeah, you get your clue on that thing.
Sending a clue.
All right. I'm using my ability to set that aside.
All right, so that's your second action.
It's my second action. Yeah, I'm using my second action to set something aside, and then I'm using my passive ability to give it to Len.
Thank you.
And you put
Oops.
a flamethrower into the reserve.
Hell yeah, I did.
Nice. Very nice.
Oh, very nice. All right. So that was my 2 actions and my passive, and that's all I can do.
All right, and so this gets discarded. Len now has 4 clues. All right. So that's everyone's actions. We make it to the encounter phase.
So scared. Bill, this
Okay.
isn't right.
So,
Yeah.
you're having an otherworldly encounter?
Yep, still with like no re-rolls, nothing to help me out here.
What did you do?
Stuff. Just
You find others who, like you, have had their consciousness pulled into alien bodies throughout time. You try to convince them to share their knowledge. Test influence.
all right. My influence is a 2. I'm starting to think Zoe's not built for otherworld encounters.
You have no
With that
rerolls.
observation of 1? What do you mean?
All right, I fail.
Okay. You gain nothing from speaking to him. Just being around them sets you on edge. Your mind might unhinge if you continue to push yourself without resting. Gain a paranoia condition and lose 1 sanity unless you become delayed.
I refuse to be delayed.
Okay?
Hold on, let me think about that for a second.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to go anywhere, right?
No. The only thing that...
Oh, but if I'm delayed, I can't like get a freaking focus, which clearly I need. All right, so I'm gonna take the hit, and I get paranoia.
Found it for you. Somewhere.
I think you just
Dr.
passed 2
Roland's
of them.
going to be
didn't you? Or
so
those-
busy.
Where the hell is paranoia? Isn't it madness?
Yeah.
Just can't seem to shuffle into one.
There you go.
we go.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
was
where
pretty
you
City
at,
from
Joe?
Glen.
All right. Find the city's legendary magic shop. Requires knowledge of ley lines. Test lore -1.
Lore -1. I have nothing that improves my lore. My lore is 2, so it is 1 die without a reroll.
Yeah, stuff like this happens.
Nope. Failed.
If you fail, your search seems to have led you through another world. Move to a random
Ooh,
space.
that's lousy. All right, so we do this by shuffling up the clue bag. Do you want to draw it, Eric?
Sure. I go to Rome,
No,
which that's not bad.
Actually,
No,
probably a
that-
good thing.
that works out fine. And then we're going to put that back in the bag. Shuffle it back up. All right.
All right, here it comes. Oh, Bill. All right,
All right.
let's go.
Where's the
Tell the brownies. No,
Oh, the brown one. Sorry. My mistake.
All right, the darker ones.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You explore an unfinished chamber in the royal tomb. Test your observation.
Observation is a 3, but I am blessed. I forgot. Let's get these puppies. Let's get these where they need to be. All right, so 3 of these.
Woo.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
You pass. You find a doorway to a room with a large map on the wall. Gain 1 treasure map unique asset.
So, Bill was technically correct because this is
Yeah.
literally a trap. If Len had failed this roll, a mummy would have ambushed him. So,
This treasure map. When you gain this, place a random clue on it, and after I do a location or an expedition counter, flip this card. So, shuffle the clues, space 3.
That's awful.
That's alright, I won't be doing this for a while. And guys, you're gonna hate me. I'm not gonna spend the clue right now.
I know.
I'll do it on my next encounter.
I know.
Seeing as we're not gonna solve the mystery this turn anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I maybe not have used my ability that way, but okay. That's fine.
He needs the 2 in order to solve his.
It's 5 clues to get his.
Yeah, so I'll get it. Okay. I'll get it on the next turn, and then I'll be able to. I'll take care of the mystery. You guys.
Yeah.
Can just close gates.
All right. So Roland, where are you?
I'm having a research encounter in Alexandria. Yeah.
All right. You bump into a young man, knocking him off his feet. Test observation -1.
Okay, so that's 3 for me.
All right.
Terrible.
Any rerolls?
I don't think so.
Okay. If you fail, you realize later that you have been robbed. Impair influence.
Okay. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
It is a bummer.
All right. Ooh.
All right. Mythos.
All right.
We were. Bill said he told you. Len.
Yeah.
But the way he told you was a bit.
All right. So we get 2 clues. We're going to spawn 1 in space 10, still fairly convenient, and 1 in Antarctica, not convenient at all. Then a sect of Atlak Nacha worshippers have called forth the nightmarish spider, web between worlds. When this card enters play, spawn the spinner of the web's epic monster on space 9. When it is defeated, solve this rumor. When there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, investigators lose the game. So where did that come out?
All the way up here.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, I know somebody who's close by with a enchanted blade.
All right, so
I remember Mythos-Ka. I remember wanting her to weave the worlds together. That's all she's trying to do. My spider mother.
Yeah, we remain Team Spider Mother.
Toughness of
probably 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What do you guys think? Do we have time for one more? We did get a late start tonight.
I can do one.
Okay. Who wants to be our next lead investigator?
Not it.
I'll take it.
All right, let's just keep it moving down the line.
Okay.
Len will be it eventually.
Let's see. I mean, I have the Enchanted Blade, which is +3. The Flamethrower is much better. But I have a debt, so I can't get that. Okay. I'm going to start moving up here because we don't have much time.
Thank you.
And I feel so either I get rid of my debt or I get a boat ticket. No, I get rid of my debt. I'm going to
try to get rid of your debt.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get rid of this debt. So test influence.
Yeah,
I get rid of
go. No problem.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
All right. And that's it for me.
Okay, this is where I realized we should have had Laura Or you, Rob, be the first player because I needed her to come to me.
Yeah, but she wasn't gonna because she needs to try to get that clue for
Yeah,
her
I'm
thing.
not going down there.
All right, so then I'm gonna come to you now. I'm not gonna bless you yet
Okay.
because is this a city space?
Mhm.
If I can get this urban guide, it'll benefit you and me because we'll be rolling extra dice.
Yeah.
Are you
True.
sure it's not better to bless her, get your 5, having an encounter there?
I am pretty sure that at some point someone's gonna lose the sanity. But all right. Okay. All right, Rob, you did it.
I
So
just
I'll be
asked a question.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. I think it's a good point. And if she's blessed, that'll help her more than getting 1 extra die.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
all right, so I'll be rolling the 5 dice. That's not true. Actually, I'm going to be rolling 7 dice
Yeah.
because of my action. So I'll just roll these 6 and roll 1 more. The card only has a 2+ anyway, so it's... My God. Guess I need that other die. Guess I need that one.
Holy
Ah.
cow!
That's a lot of ones.
Oh,
Wow.
oh wow,
Consider
that
yourself
was.
Len,
blessed.
in my
Thanks, man.
defense, I didn't think you'd whiff completely.
Yeah, me neither. But I lose a sanity. However, I gain a clue, and that is my 5th clue. And my story says, after you gain a clue from your passive ability, you may spend 5 clues, discard this card to gain the Rational Explanation Award. So I'm gonna do that. Unfortunately for us, that means I can't do the thing this turn. I forgot about the whole discarding it. I thought I just
Yeah.
had 5.
I did
Yeah.
too as well.
I knew, but it
Sorry.
was. The stories are worth it.
Yeah, and I'm improving lore and observation, which will help me. Oops. Help me with gates and things. So, fine. Get it out of the way early.
All right. So that is that 2 from you or
Yes, I
Yes, 'cause
moved,
you moved.
and I did. This.
No. You didn't spend an action to move.
Oh, it's not a move action.
No.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Once per
Nope.
round during the action phase.
You have
God,
done one
okay,
action.
I can still acquire assets. Is that
Yes,
what
you
you're
can.
saying?
Christ.
Oh, happy day! All right.
Yes,
I'm
Len,
gonna
you
roll
may
these
still
3
buy stuff.
dice and not roll 1s this time.
That's correct.
You are not gonna roll.
I'm just
once.
looking for 2. I'm going into debt and I'm taking the urban guide.
Oh, jeez. Okay, that is impressive unless that debt kills you.
Debt is not going to kill me.
That doesn't kill, it just makes things harder.
Occasionally it kills. Oh,
Crack kills, not debt.
Alright, Laura,
no one has clues.
you get a turn.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So I want to take care of Agatha. So I'm going to test my will, which is 3. But do I get another die for the
You
urban?
do.
You do.
Okay.
And they're
So I guess
blessed
roll
ones. Wait, we never
4,
got
yeah.
you your blessing. Hang on a minute.
Oh,
We never got you your blessing. Plus blessing
very nice.
run the same circles.
So can you keep on spending Blessing of Isis and flip your bless conditions?
No.
No, it's
It's-
only an investigator who doesn't have one.
Oh, okay.
Whew.
Look at that.
That's
Look at
nice.
those 3 successes. So. Oh, I spend 1 sanity, but I guess it helps other people. I can
Yeah.
make it help other people. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah, you
I've
can-
got 1 less sanity, but things go really nice for Len.
Yeah. Discard
Business
all the bad conditions.
Well,
And regain
done.
your full health.
Yes, that's the thing. I'll work on sanity later.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So that was action number 1.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Len could try to prevent that sanity loss. Right?
Yes.
But it costs him
but
that
that's
health.
at the
but it
cost
costs-
of the health. So.
Yeah,
so
but it would
which
get you...
effect happens first? Do you regain all health, and then you instill bravery, or do you instill bravery and then regain health?
Jesus.
That's a good question.
I'm gonna say let's just move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a complex question that I'm not prepared to deal with right now.
And honestly, yeah, knowing that I mean, just going forward, I kind of want to save that in case someone loses 2 sanity.
Yeah.
But
All right, so that was action number 1. I don't really want to move, but
Can I offer a suggestion politely?
Yeah.
It might make sense for you to move yourself to the bent pyramid so that both you and Agatha are on separate clues,
Okay.
so that
So
you're not fighting for the same one.
Yep, and that doesn't even cost me an action. So
That's
good.
correct.
You may lose a sanity if
That's
the reckoning happens.
well, that's okay.
It's
You could also go down to the Nile River and work on the clue down there.
yeah,
But that
it's
would take an action.
a 50-50 that we get a reckoning.
I'm good.
Okay.
So for my second action, I'm torn between getting a focus and I'm never gonna get my agency secrets. Good God.
Well, you are blessed.
you're blessed.
It's a better chance than normal. Oh, but
Well,
you
wait. If I let me stay on the space with Agatha, I get another die, right? As long as I'm on her space.
Yeah, and you
All
can
right,
do
so
that
I'm not
before
gonna
you
move
move.
yet. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna try to roll 2 of my blessed die, and see if I get some agency secrets.
All right.
I should instead be getting myself a focus, but whatever. Just be fine.
Look at that.
Look at them agency secrets. All right, let's see what we get.
Ooh.
Shortly after your delivery is received, several large men armed with Thompsons are ordered to await your command. Resolve one effect of your choice. So one monster of your choice on any space loses 1 health, and discard, or each monster on a space of your choice loses 3 health.
Ooh, that's spicy.
So your choice is do 1 damage to that monster up there and be able to try again in future rounds, or do 3 damage right out and feel that that's the best you're gonna do.
Is there even a monster around for me to damage? Does the
Yes, the epic
spider
mon-
counts?
Yeah, the spider counts.
And how many damage does it have?
6.
Oh, jeez.
You
Okay.
do half damage if it's 3. You just do 1 point of damage otherwise.
Do you guys have a preference? I'm fine spending it now and helping with the spider mother, but
There's no right answer.
Yeah, there's no right answer
think,
on this one.
I think the right answer is burning the 3 and getting that thing out of there, because if we don't, and it takes multiple turns and let's just be done with it.
all right, let's do it. Agency secrets are gone. Spider mother takes 3.
All
Think
right.
about how many actions you would burn up using that. Do you really think, especially when you're not blessed, you're
Right.
not going to be dealing with that.
No, yeah, particularly with my lack of influence, that was really
Right.
lucky. Okay.
All right, so that was your 2.
But I am gonna move my free move to
Yeah.
Bent Pyramid,
Mhm.
and I am gonna spawn another clue with my passive. Right? Because I can do that. Yeah.
And there should still be safe.
2,
Tell you,
3,
those
Oh, and it's in Rome. Yeah.
5.
that urban guide came in handy.
The urban guide
Mhm.
really came in handy. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna get a focus.
Mhm.
I'm even gonna put it in my special place for focuses.
Bill says read that artifact again.
Yeah, he did. He didn't specify which artifact, so I don't know.
Must be mine. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he was
Oh, is he saying that? I
That you-
wonder if she would have had to give that to me for me to use it. I don't even use it on another player.
I did mention that, and Rob was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay."
That's because I was thinking of a thing from another game.
Oh,
Mm.
So,
So where were we?
I was gonna say maybe let's go with it this time. And
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Or yeah, okay.
I mean, because
Oh,
I
I
did
was
take
gonna
your
say-
family
How about
loss,
this?
and
How about this? On the next turn, you guys have to trade it or something, or maybe do.
yeah, we have to go to each other
Yeah.
and make a trade. That'll burn the actions that we would have burned.
Yeah, fine.
okay.
Yeah. All right. All right. We'll mulligan that. This is the thing about playing this in front of other people. Stop correcting
Good, it keeps us honest. It keeps us honest. I appreciate
Yeah, no, Phil's
feedback.
doing it. Yeah, it's good.
So I got me a focus. There's not a whole lot else I can do other than gather resources, right? I could get another...
You're in the wilderness, so not really.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get me my other task, because if I have fewer than 2, I can gain another task.
Okay.
Oh, that's not on task. I'll get it for you. Oh, your favorite.
Now it would be useful for Egypt one to come out. What is it instead? Sydney.
That's not close.
That's
It's not that bad if you go out at Space 17.
Yeah, the map isn't as big as it seems. All right, so that was my 2 actions, and we get to have our encounter phase, starting with Joe.
Okay, London adventure.
London. Hello, governor. All right. Thomas Karnacki offers to teach you some of his ghost hunting techniques. Test lore.
Okay, my lore is 2. Pass.
Pass. All right. So, if you pass, you learn how to build an electric pentacle. Each monster on a space containing a clue loses 1 health. But the good news is that you didn't gain the cursed condition.
Yeah.
So, that was worth it.
All right.
That's it for me.
All right, Agatha, let's do our research encounter, please.
And is that the city?
Yes.
Yes, the city. Okay. Right. An eccentric collector offers you a piece of his collection of Egyptian heirlooms, provided that you can distinguish it from amidst a room full of clever replicas. Test observation -1.
All right, observation is at a 4, so -1 is a 3.
Come
But you've got an urban guide.
Oh, I have an urban guide, don't I? There you go. I just picked up a die by accident, but we
All right. You passed.
Thank
All
you.
right. If you pass, gain this clue and 1 relic unique asset.
Nice.
Sweet. Love relics.
Now, are you going to spend that clue?
I thought
that's
you couldn't do it.
right. He now that he has the clue, he has to have a location.
Oh, okay.
Yes, stone tablet.
Yeah.
When I rest, I can attempt to decipher it.
Mhm.
All right. That'll work. I'm going to need to rest soon, so.
All right. And Laura, you're on 1, 2. Is that
Pyramid.
right?
So it's wilderness research encounter. Yes.
You hurriedly search the cultist campsite while they are away. Test observation -1.
Damn it! Why can't I get the observation test?
You did.
You did.
Oh, okay.
Observation
I
was
was
about -1,
Okay.
but
3.
you got
All right.
it's 3 dice.
All right, we got this. Sorry, paying attention. Here we go. 3. All right, nice.
If you pass, you find a scroll detailing Nephren-Ka's reign and fall, along with an object he allegedly used to control his subjects. Gain this clue and 1 relic unique asset.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Relics for everybody.
Relics for everybody.
I don't have a relic.
Oh, my favorite. The jar.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
The spirits whisper to me. All right, and then I get an Eldritch token for getting a clue during a research encounter.
Mm-hmm.
I like Eldritch tokens. Thanks, man.
All right. And Eric, want to read what horrible thing happens to me next?
Oh, sure. All right. Turning the corner, you suddenly find yourself on a stage. Other actors speak their dialogue and look at you expectantly. Someone off stage passes you a script, but it's a text that's difficult to interpret. Lore -1.
Lore -1. So that's a 2. I don't have anything that's gonna help me on this. But I pass.
Okay. Okay, so this is the audience applauds your performance, and the curtain falls. Close this gate.
All right.
You consider sticking around. Nope, you put it on your task,
Oh, right.
and then you can choose to flip your task if you want.
All right. So before we continue reading this, I am going to flip my task, even with it just because I need to get some of these done.
Mhm.
All right.
All right. For 1 or better, each investigator may discard 1 condition of his choice.
All right, that's still decent.
Yeah.
I'll get rid
And
of my
then
blessing.
return this gate on this card to the game box and discard this card.
Goodbye, debt.
Debt is a condition.
Yes, it is.
Oh, neat.
So is paranoia.
Oh, nice. Not bad. Okay, so now I'm going to continue reading. You consider sticking around for the show in hopes of picking up details you missed the first time. You may become delayed to gain 2 clues.
All right. So I am going to do that because 2 clues will be useful.
Yep.
Oh, she prays when she's delayed.
Does she? Oh, nice. Well, she prays with her knife, so
Well,
She does everything with her knife.
I
does
think
everything with her knife.
is questionable, but sure.
All right.
All right.
And so I get 2 clues out of that. All right.
Okay. Mythos. A rumor. Good lord. Humanity's final hour is at hand. Your only hope lies in convincing the messenger of the gods to grant you more time. You pray that he will find your offering and sacrifice to be sufficient. Bargain with the Narthalop. As an investigator on the pyramids may encounter the messenger. May offer the messenger information about his enemies in exchange for assistance, influence. If he passes, he may spend clues equal to half the number of investigators to solve this rumor. When there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, the investigator loses this game. Only 2 Eldritch tokens on this card. And
But
on
that's
the
okay, because the reckoning.
Yeah,
Go
it's
read
fine.
the reckoning effect.
Oh, good lord. I hate this game so much. The Reckoning effect. Discard 1 Eldritch token from this card unless the lead investigator gains a Dark Pact condition.
I know someone that loves to be the lead investigator too, and loves Dark Pacts, so this is perfect.
Did we put out the 2 clues that come with that?
that Eldritch took, you mean? I got
No.
there next to the pyramids.
No,
it
the
should,
clues at the top of the card.
spawn 2 clues.
Oh, no.
All right, so we're gonna get one out in Texas and one up in Alaska. Again, incredibly useful places.
Okay.
Whew. All right, my friends. I know this has been a little bit of a short one, but we did get a later start this evening than usual. I have to admit, I'm having fun. This is the sort of tensions that I am a little more used to expecting in this game. We've got almost no progress on our main mystery, and we have 2 rumors in play that could end the game if we don't solve them soon enough. This is Eldritch Horror.
Yeah. Yes. It's gonna feel that much better when we do win.
Absolutely, because I'm not convinced our rewards would make that much of a difference right now. All right. Yeah, no, I am looking forward to continuing this one. So I hope folks will join us next week as we continue our 13th game. That's the other thing. This is unlucky 13.
13 is my lucky number. So
13 is your lucky number?
I was born on Friday the 13th. That's why that's the 213 in my name. That's my birthday. Friday the 13th, baby, right here.
All right. Well, then we'll see if your luck versus my unluck wins, and I think Eric might be the tiebreaker.
Oh, crap.
We're doomed. Okay. And Laura doesn't count because she's imaginary? Is that what we're saying?
No, she just makes the math harder, and the joke wasn't as funny. Thank you for pointing that out. All right, folks.
I don't know. She never shows up on audio. I'm just saying we could all be imagining her.
Probably imagining me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I,
We and the other thing we should do before our final game is figure out like a proper send-off. So thank you all for coming. Thank you guys for playing with me. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.